Up front, I want to say one thing very clearly. We, the Clippers, have abided by the salary cap circumvention rules because that's the right thing to do. And we have done that. I happen, for what it's worth, to think it's a very important rule in terms of promoting competitiveness and equal playing field across the league. But whether I agreed with it or not, it's the rule. And we've absolutely abided by that.
Kawhi, Tomer Azar with Clutch Points. Good to see you again. Just curious, there's been a lot of talk around you and the Clippers and NBA investigation last month. Just curious how you're kind of approaching this training camp and kind of not letting that, get in the way, distract you or anything like that.
Oh, I mean, it's easy for me. I don't read headlines or do conspiracies, theories, or anything like that. So it's about the season and what we got ahead of us right now.
Statement regarding some of the things that have been alleged over the last month?
No. The NBA is going to do their job. None of us did no wrongdoing. That's it. We invite the investigation. It's not going to be a distraction for me or the rest of the team.
In this video, I'll talk about the potential punishments for Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers if they are found guilty of salary cap circumvention. So, to Kawhi Leonard, there's contract voiding. So his contract could be voided, which will make him an unrestricted free agent. There is also a re-signing ban, so he could be prohibited from re-signing with the Los Angeles Clippers, and also a financial penalty, which he could be forced to return the money he received from Aspiration and fined up to $350,000. And also, looking at the potential punishment for the Los Angeles Clippers and the leadership, a massive fine will be imposed, and the team could be fined up to $7.5 million. Draft pick forfeiture. The team could be forced to forfeit multiple draft picks, including first-round picks, and also the whole situation with Minnesota and how they were punished by losing five first-round picks. It's recurring with this situation, and a lot of the details on this matter unfolds. And also, possible suspensions. Team owner Steve Ballmer or other executives could be suspended for up to 1 year, along with fines of up to $1 million per person. So there's a broader impact of this whole situation. So crippling the franchise, forfeiting the draft picks could severely damage the Clippers' future, as they are already low on draft assets because of the whole situation of trading for Paul George. They gave up a lot of assets to the OKC Thunder. It has been tough. Also, the disruption of competitive balance. If Leonard's contract were voided mid-season, he could become an unrestricted free agent, while other teams have no cap space, which will create a chaotic market and upset the league's competitive balance as we have seen it right now. And also, the symbolism and precedent. The potential punishment is seen as a way of the NBA to enforce the integrity of its salary cap system. So severity of the penalties will serve as a message to other owners that such a direct attempt to circumvent the salary cap and rules will not be tolerated.
What we know is that NBA executives were suspicious of how Steve Ballmer's Clippers landed the most valuable free agent on the market, Kawhi Leonard, that the NBA did not find that Ballmer got Kawhi by sweetening their offer. But also that in March 2025, this celebrity-endorsed, multi-billion-dollar, allegedly fraudulent tree brokerage named Aspiration, which promises to clear your conscience and your emissions, they file for bankruptcy. And this is where the clue is. What David's looking at with his glasses on is a bankruptcy filing, and there's a list of creditors. The entities to which Aspiration, in all of their alleged fraudulence, still owes the most money. And what I noticed is what David is noticing right now, which is that on that list of creditors, up near the top, above the Boston Red Sox, is an LLC. A tiny little company that Aspiration owes $7 million. And that LLC's name, David, is what?
KL2 Aspire LLC.
And what does it list there under manager or member name?
Kawhi Leonard.
Whose NBA jersey number, just to connect all of the dots here, happens to be what?
Number 2.
So then the question is, the Aspire part of KL2 Aspire LLC, right? Because, okay, he's getting all this money, millions of dollars. What I started doing was scour the internet for any mentions of aspiration. Any appearances, tweets, quotes, Instagram posts, anything by Kawhi Leonard endorsing aspiration. And this was hard to find, which also might seem weird, right? Because every other celebrity aspiration gave money to was well known. There was Drake offering a statement to Rolling Stone. There was Doc Rivers, Kawhi's own head coach. Robert Downey Jr. was cutting his commercial. That was the whole point of paying the A-list Avengers. But the grand total number of times that I found Kawhi Leonard ever publicly referencing aspiration, 0 times.
Right.
Kawhi Leonard mentioned aspiration. And so what I started doing was reaching out to dozens of former aspiration employees. A grand total of 7 of them ultimately agreed to interviews, which is also how I have exclusively obtained this signed and executed document.
In consideration of the rights and benefits granted to company hereunder, the company will pay KL2, which is Kawhi, $28 million in cash during the term of this agreement. Company will pay KL2 $7 million each year of the term.
That is Kawhi Leonard's autograph. I convinced one very important person who worked in the finance department of Aspiration to go on tape.
And I didn't so much as discover it as I was told about it.
What was your reaction? What were you told?
My reaction was, what the fuck? And I was told, like, oh, these are the major contracts and the major players you really need to be aware of. And we went through a litany of, really, really top tier name contracts. And then, oh, by the way, we also have a marketing deal with Kawhi Leonard, a $28 million organic marketing sponsorship deal with Kawhi. And that if I had any questions about it, essentially don't, because it was to circumvent the salary cap, LOL. There was lots of LOL when things were shared.
Did you ever see proof of Kawhi Leonard marketing or endorsing aspiration in any way?
Never, not once. The single largest payment to an individual for marketing that Aspiration ever made has completely evaded all press. It's honestly incredible. Nothing. He didn't have to do anything.
In other words, Kawhi Leonard got from Aspiration a $28 million no-show job.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm honestly so jealous. So jealous. I mean, he's got the dream. Like, it's within my beliefs to be paid $28 million and do absolutely all as well.
The Clippers, however, provided a statement on behalf of the organization and owner Steve Ballmer, which reads in part, quote, "Neither Mr. Ballmer nor the Clippers circumvented the salary cap or engaged in any misconduct related to aspiration. Any contrary assertion is provably false." End quote.
In the court documents and in Pablo's podcast, they report it was $28 million.
Pablo's podcast, I don't know anything about the court documents on this. I haven't seen them and I don't know. I'm not trying to be, I don't know. I really don't know. But the speculation is what it is. And why did they do that?
It's a lot of money. I mean, $28 million, $7 million a year is a lot of money for a guy that you didn't actually require to do anything.
I don't know why they did what they did, and I don't know how different it is. I really don't. And frankly, any speculation would be crazy. These were guys who committed fraud. How would I be able? Look, they conned me.
You're one of the richest men in America.
They conned me. I made an investment in these guys thinking it was on the up and up, and they conned me. At this stage, I have no ability to predict why they might have done anything they did.
I understand that full contract and the services that I had to do. Like I said, I don't deal with the conspiracies or the clickbait analysts or journalism that's going on. So that's what it is.
Well, I think the allegation was that you didn't perform any services for them. Is that accurate, or did you do things for them?
I don't think it's accurate, but it's old. This is all new to you guys. The company went bankrupt a while ago, so we already knew this was going to happen. So,
You were named as like the largest creditor in the bankruptcy filing, right? Did you actually get the money that was owed to you in the contract, or?
No. But the company went belly up. It was frauded, as everybody know. If you want any more questions or more details about that company, you need to ask the owner or whoever else is involved in the fraud that went on.
Right. I think they said they owed you $7 million or something, right?
I'm not sure. I gotta look back at the books, but no, it's more than that for sure.